Saturday was awesome.
Yeah. Why?
It was, for me, it was more than what I expected it to be. I mean, as far as like people showing up, not necessarily the volume of the people that showed up, although every table was pretty much full.
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah.
So, and that wasn't like a detriment to us. I was, it's new, we're raw, like it was our first event. So in our eyes, it was, I guess, one person, meaning that it was a positive event.
Right.
I guess
we had 20 people that were RSVP'd before the event?
27.
And we did a head count of 62,
65.
Cool.
65. Yeah. Hanging on those numbers.
Yeah.
So, yep, 27 RSVP'd. We had about 5 that paid ahead. So we were only expecting 30.
Between 5 and 25.
Yeah, 5 and 25. Yeah. And then 65 was the number. And even then, I think when we did our head count, we like still learning. I think we did it right before or right after we got back from a break. So
yes.
Even then, I think our numbers, I would say probably somewhere close to 70 throughout the whole day.
Yeah.
Because there's some that fluctuated came out, actually just stayed to see what was going on, and then went to the cafe to see what kind of awesome holiday treats we had, and then left, which was good.
Yeah.
Because everything was, I don't think I told you this, but we raised just shy of $1,000 to date. Yeah.
That's great.
Which is kind of like the reason why we're doing this is there's a lot of student debt that sits in the school district. The last count we got, I think it was $1,800 is what me and you,
right.
The last information number that we got was $1,800. And that goes to like school lunches, library fees, books, student fees. And that's just crazy. And that's just at the high school.
Yeah.
And it's just not fair that as adults and as even like just households, and we say to ourselves like, well, we want to start new for 2024. We have all these resolutions, and I think it's fair to say that like the kids or the community, the young adults also should be able to start fresh. And I think 2024, if we can do our part together, just to wipe that slate and let them start fresh going into what might be their senior year. Right. It might be a year of change for them. And that's a good thing. Like if we can take a little bit of that away from them, as a community collectively together, then let's do it. Like, why not?
Right.
What did you think? You were doing the back end. You were all over the place. You were with the kids. You were with the bingo.
Right. So I wasn't really at the front of the house. I poked my head in a couple times to see what baskets were gone and how everyone was doing. And but from the back of the house, it was running very smoothly too. Like, in the kitchen, you have to find your groove, and at the back of the house, you have to find your groove. And when you're overseeing, you have to find the groove and help the volunteers to kind of find out where they need to be, and where's the forks and where's the straws and what do we do with this, and everything from top to bottom. So, but it went really well. We had like Melanie on service and Josh back in the kitchen, and Sam is always running things really well. Yeah. The kids did great. They hung out for a while. They were in the gym, and we did a couple little like kid games of bingo in the back. That was fun. And then, there was a long line a couple times for snacks, but I would say that was the biggest hang up, which is not really a hang up at all. That's a great, it's a great thing. You know
what was crazy about the, and I know what line you're talking about at the snack bar. And again, even the snack bar, the same stuff we were just taking, the funds are all going towards the school district. So it's not even a like, oh, this is something separate. We were still including that into our numbers. Yeah. But Melanie came up with this awesome idea of like, well, hey, these people are out there playing bingo. She's done a lot of bingo events, which, by the way, Mickey like just led the charge. Yeah, yes. She was our sword and shield of that event.
Yeah.
But so Mel's just started like taking table orders, and I was like, okay, that
it was
makes
such
sense.
A good idea. It was ingenious.
But even then, like we took an intermission. I was like, we took all these table orders. It'll be fast. It looked like the entire table got up and went back to the Ground Up Cafe to like get something else. Yeah. Which was, and their patience was, you've been here before, but we try to use volunteer staff. We try to use younger individuals to give them an opportunity to learn how to run a cafe, how to run a register, obviously with like observation from adults, but like they had just the kindness and patience in that. It was exactly what we were trying to capture as a community effort. And it wasn't just Ground Up Cafe. It wasn't just the Encounter family. like this is we're reaching in, we're putting our hand out. We're hoping that you grab our hand, and collectively we can work together to make little wins into big wins.
Yeah.
And I saw it. It was great.
Yeah, that's what I saw too. Everyone was cool. Everyone had a good time. And
what did you hear any of the feedback that we got from anybody? Were you part of any of those conversations? A chance to talk to any of the people playing bingo or back at the cafe? I mean, I know you were like knee deep in some competitive kids bingo, which they were yelling bingo louder.
The kids all had fun, right? Yeah. The kids were all out there having a good time.
There were sometimes when the kids yelled bingo and it stopped the game because everyone was like, who just yelled bingo? And I was like, oh man, the kids are more excited about bingo than the adults were.
Well, there was chocolate on the line. That's
true. Yeah. And I could
little chocolate snowmen.
I tried one of those because my son did win one of the bingos, and I was like, oh, I should have been playing that game.
Yeah, I know. They were really good. Yeah, they were like double layer vanilla chocolate, whatever snowmen. I mean, I didn't get feedback from anybody like directly when I was out there on the floor. But it seemed like everybody was having a really good time. Everybody who came up for the basket was to the table of baskets was really enthusiastic about everything that was offered there, and like indecisive about which one they wanted. I mean, it was really a good display of prizes, and the community really came together so well, doing the baskets and the prizes and offering gift certificates. And I mean, that was my favorite part. So like I was in the back of the house, so to speak, but the fun that I had was like leading up to the event and talking to the like local businesses and, you know, connecting with them and getting their, you know, the baskets and prizes and putting all that together. And then, you know, leading up to the event, putting some of the stuff together with Mickey. That was just a blast.
Ground Up, right? Ground Up Cafe and 2024.
Let's go.
Let's go into the vision, right?